Before one god ruled kingdoms, 1,000 gods ruled the human mind, and they still do in ways you might not see. A mountain storm shatters the silence over Olympus. In the highlands of Peru, thunder echoes through Inca temples. In Nigeria, masked dancers whirl in a festival for Shango, god of lightning. Across the ancient world, gods took many names, many shapes, but always they were near, woven into weather, into war, into the harvest and the hearth. We did not look for one truth, we sought meaning in the many. This is the beliefs that made us. Episode 2, The Gods and the Many. From the floodplains of Mesopotamia to the banks of the Nile, from the highlands of China to the farthest deserts, the gods shaped every part of life, from the weather in the sky to the soil underfoot. In Sumer, the first known civilization, the gods were the city's rulers. Each city-state had a patron, Enlil in Nippur, Inanna in Uruk. These weren't distant figures. They were the reason the fields were planted, the canals dug, the laws kept. Tablets from 2000 BCE describe rituals to keep cosmic order. The ziggurat wasn't just architecture, it was a spiritual bridge.
Religion was not optional. It was the state's operating system. Festivals, taxes, labor, everything ran through the gods.
Enuma elish lanabu shamamu. Ilani shutuma.
Farther west, Egypt called divine order Ma'at, a balance that held the cosmos together. The pharaoh was not merely a ruler, but a living god, and the annual flooding of the Nile was seen not as chance, but as the gift of Hapi, god of the river.
Thank the river, boy. Without Hapi, there is no bread.
The flooding wasn't feared, it was celebrated. Without it, the kingdom starved. With it, the gods proved they were still with us.
The gods were family. Osiris, Isis, Horus, each had roles. Life, death, rebirth.
I have not stolen. I have not lied. I am pure. Let my heart be weighed.
Across the mountains to the east, in the early Zhou dynasty of China, the divine took a new form. Tian, heaven, replaced ancestral gods as the highest force. It was not a guarantee of power. Heaven's favor had to be earned.
Divine favor wasn't eternal. A flood or famine could mean heaven had turned. The gods judged through history.
Polytheism offered a world alive with power, but it also demanded ritual, duty, and humility. The gods were many, and they were watching. As civilizations met, their gods met too. Some conquered, some merged, some were remade. In the Aegean world, the Mycenaean Greeks honored sky gods like Zeus long before Homer sang his name. By the 8th century BCE, the Olympians ruled a crowded divine court, a place where mortal fate could be rewritten with a gesture or destroyed with a glance.
Mighty Father, grant me strength and victory.
Greek gods were human-shaped but not human-bound. They had emotions, flaws, families. Worship was public, joyful, competitive. It was also a public display of piety, proof that a city's devotion was as visible as its walls.
Meninaide, Thea, Peleiadeu, Achilleos.
But Greek religion also asked moral questions. In tragedy, mortals clashed with fate and piety was tested.
Greek ritual wasn't just worship. It was theater, politics, and philosophy, all at once.
Meanwhile, across the Mediterranean, the Phoenicians offered child sacrifices to Baal. The Israelites condemned them and told a different story. This monotheistic revolution stood in tension with its world. Babylon had Marduk, Persia had Ahura Mazda, Rome had dozens. But gods travelled. When Alexander the Great conquered Egypt, he claimed descent from Zeus and built Alexandria as a crossroads of belief.
Gods were adaptable. Isis became popular in Rome. Mithras, originally Persian, gained Roman followers. Religion was portable.
In India, deities multiplied. Vishnu took 10 forms. Shiva danced between destruction and renewal. God was not one, but endless. Even in Mesoamerica, the gods crossed and morphed. Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, ruled over wind, wisdom, and life itself. When humans moved, so did the gods, and sometimes when empires fell, the gods remained. Polytheism didn't just explain the world, it organized it. Priests held power, temples were banks, offerings weren't just spiritual, they were political. In ancient Rome, Pax Diorum, peace with the gods, meant state survival. Every ceremony was sacred and strategic.
Religion was law, calendar, national identity. Refusing to sacrifice, like early Christians did, was treason.
Offeretus. Imperator specta te diquoque.
But faith was not static. In times of crisis, new gods rose. In Rome's later years, cults of Isis, Cybele, and Mithras surged. And far beyond Rome, across deserts and oceans, divine power took new shapes. Spirits that ruled the wind, the rivers, the thunder. In West Africa, Yoruba religion built vast pantheons. Orisha spirits linked to natural forces and human traits.
Shango rules thunder. Oshun, the river. You don't just worship, you serve, dance, sing. It's relationship. Oh, wá pẹ̀lú Ọ̀ṣun báyìí. Ayọ̀ rẹ̀ ni òrìṣà náà.
Every Orisha carries a story, race, of creation, of human nature, of how the world renews itself.
In the Andes, the Inca worshipped Inti, the sun god. Festivals like Inti Raymi aligned with solstices, unifying empire through ritual. In Southeast Asia, Hindu and Buddhist gods blended with local spirits. Shrines held carvings of Ganesha beside jungle guardians. Even as Christianity and Islam rose, polytheism never fully disappeared. It adapted, hidden, merged, or revived. In Haiti, enslaved Africans kept their gods alive through voodoo, masking them behind Catholic saints.
They prayed to St. Peter, but they meant Papa Legba. The gods bent, but did not break.
Today, in festivals, pilgrimages, and sacred groves, the many still live. The divine, not one, not none, but countless. Long before doctrines of one true God, humanity lived in a world alive with deities. Polytheism was not chaos, it was meaning through multiplicity. These gods offered identity, balance, and wonder. And while temples fell, their echoes still ring, in chants, in statues, in memory. Next time, we follow the rise of sacred text, from scroll to scripture, from oral chant to written truth. This was the beliefs that made us. Episode 2, The Gods and the Many.